Welcome to the campus of Hammond High, where tonight the Green Wave come to town, coming in at 16-5 to take on the 14-5 Hammond Tornadoes. And tonight it's going to be a big test for Hammond High on the inside, as Ponchatoula is led by their 6'9 junior, Alan Graves, averaging 20 points a game.
And when you talk about Alan Graves, 6'9 junior, here's a guy who played kind of a stretch 4, maybe even a 3 last year. So averaging close to or over 20 points, 10 rebounds, shooting over 40% from 3. So he's a guy who can hurt you inside and outside as well.
So Hammond's going to really have to concentrate their defense. They're going to have to take care of the basketball, make sure they get every possession, get a good shot. They have the hopes of beating Ponchatoula tonight. We're going to listen to the opening lineups here and your public address announcer.
We're getting ready to have a great game this evening. And before we get started, we want to thank a couple of sponsors for this evening's game. Be sure to check out CEI Training. You can follow them on Instagram at official CIE Academy for all your basketball needs and training. Again, that is CEI Training. We thank them for their help this evening. We also want to make aware for everyone that is in attendance this evening that the game is going to be televised on Facebook. You can find it at AN17. It will be broadcast in just 2 days. All right, and now for this evening's starting lineup, starting with the Ponchatoula Green Wave. Number 4, Corey Jackson. Number 1, Jeremiah Lewis. Number 22, Alan Graves. Number 12, Trey Parham. And number 5, Cameron Collins. The Green Wave are coached by coaches Tom Taylor, Ewan Bourne, and Danny Gunn. And now let's put our hands together for your Hammond High starting lineup. Starting at guard, 6 foot, number 4, Charles Armstrong. At guard, 5'10", number 24, Joseph Carbo. At guard, number 5, 6 foot, number 5, Lamar Tobias. At forward, 6'2", number 22, Zach Staten. And at center, state number 11, Christian Myers. Your tours are coached this evening by Coach Ochi Jr., Bernard Sutton, Ed Wood, George Sanders, and DJ.
All right, so if you notice, Hammond High does have a big center. He's 6'8", but very slight, real light in the pants, if you say it back in the day. Graves looks like he's got pretty good size on him, so that's going to be a pretty good matchup to watch in the middle. Keys to the game. We watched the JV game coming in, and a lot of bad turnovers by Hammond. Ponchatoula pulled out a win. Hammond's got to be able to handle the ball well here tonight and make their three-point shots count. Don't just force them.
And Hammond does a very good job holding opponents under 50 points a game. I think that's going to kind of be the game plan for Coach Ochi. If you get into a running game with Ponchatoula, I don't think that favors Hammond. So look for Hammond to kind of slow things down a little bit.
Myers and Graves. Graves controls the tip over to Collier. He's going to bring it back out to the top. Swing wide open on the way. He's not going to take the shot, though. And they get a shot on the inside, blocked. There's Graves with a rebound and puts back his first rebound and his first 2 points of the game.
Myers is 5th in the state, averaging 2.7 blocks per game, so you see his presence right there on that first possession. Ponchatoula coming out in a strong man-to-man defense here.
Too much dribbling, and they throw it away. And that was Lewis, junior point guard.
And that's what Ponchatoula can do. They've got some guys that can fly. So if Hammond Hammond turns the ball over, like you said, could see a lot of that tonight for the Green Wave.
Really need to pass more instead of dribbling so much to move the ball around. Nice drive. Should try to draw the foul, but Graves with a block will get it back out.
And
Ponchatoula hurries it up the court.
And that's another thing Hammond's got to do. If they can get Graves in foul trouble, nice shot there.
Lewis for three.
But if they can get Graves in foul trouble, that's a big piece of that Ponchatoula offense that's gone by the wayside.
And Ponchatoula out to an early 7-0 lead. And we talked about it before. When you're playing this type defense, you have to move the ball by the pass. You dribble around, get yourself caught up. And also talking about Myers with the blocks. The problem is when Myers leaves his man to block somebody else, that's going to leave Graves wide open for those rebounds and those putbacks.
Absolutely. And Graves averaging almost 11 boards, 4 of those right under 4 offensive rebounds. So he's been very adept at that here so far for the Green Wave this season.
You know, whenever a shot goes up, somebody has to put a body on Graves. Yep. I would not let him beat me on the glass.
And I think that's probably what Coach Ochi's saying, told his team in that huddle. We can't let him beat us. If the other guys are going to get theirs, let them. But we can't let Allen Graves beat us here tonight.
Tobias going to bring it up court slowly. Not much moving by the Tours. Gets it over to Armstrong. Armstrong penetrates, nice move, and draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. Nice shake and bake by Armstrong to get inside the lane and get a decent shot.
Armstrong averages about 8 points a game, and that's going to be the game plan for Hammond. Get inside, challenge Graves, make him work on the defensive end, and try to get him in foul trouble.
Armstrong gets the Tours on the board, makes 1 of 2, and there's Graves with another rebound. Collier over to Lewis. Hammond putting pressure out front. They get it inside, looking for Graves. He's going to pop it back out. Contested 3, and he makes it.
But it's just like you said, ball movement. You move the ball side to side, you get a good shot. Ponchatoula knocks it down.
That was Collier from behind the arc, who makes the lead 10-1 for Ponchatoula.
Good backdoor cut there, just missed him.
Big man in the middle looking inside. Don't want your big 6'8" guy putting it on the floor that far out from the basket. Nice pass inside and a layup for Lewis. Give credit to Parham. Nice pass there for gets the assist.
If you look up and down this Ponchatoula stat sheet, you don't have a guy averaging over 3 assists a game, but everybody's there at 2, 2.5, 3. They all run, they can all pass the ball, and they can all finish.
Unless you've got a guy that you feel comfortable handling the ball out front, Hammond needs to start setting some picks out front or moving the ball by the pass. They're just trying to dribble and beat the guy off the dribble from out front. It's not happening well for them.
Yeah, coming down in kind of a 1-4 set with 2 guys on either side of the key and just not a whole lot of movement. And they haven't been able to get very many good, high-quality shots here. A lot of that, taking it one-on-one, forcing the turnover.
And that was Staten trying to get on the board here as he travels, as he did a spin move in the lane.
And he's the leading scorer for Hammond, averaging over 13.5 a game. So imperative that they get him going here early.
Collier behind the back, gets in the lane, throws it up. It's good. 14-1 Green Wave here early first quarter.
Looked like the Red Sea just kind of parted there for him, and he got into the lane, made the easy layup. Graves with those long arms.
Another turnover by the Tours. Staten will have it. It's 3-on-2.
Myers went for the flush there, and Hammond finally gets their first field goal.
Tobias off the rebound, puts it off the glass, cuts the lead to 14-3. Here comes the double team. Ponchatoula beats it with the pass, got a man wide open in the corner, elects not to shoot. They'll bring it out front and set it.
And here's Graves. Watch it. He can hurt you from out there if you let him.
2-pointer for Jackson right inside the arc at 16-3. Hammond up quickly.
Jackson, a sophomore, having a good year for the Green Wave. one thing that kind of gets lost as Graves fighting for the rebound there, kind of one thing that gets lost, Danny Dunn was added to the staff this year. He was the junior high coach, won back-to-back parish championships at the junior high. So he's had a lot of these guys for a couple of years already. Big addition to the Ponchatoula staff this year.
Collier took the ill-advised three, but Graves knocked it out of bounds. So Hammond retains possession. Here's Staten in the lane. And then off, and there's Graves bringing it down. Wisely gets it up the floor. And there's Graves on the follow.
Nice job by the big man running the floor. Gave the ball up, continued to move, and Ponchatoula rolling here early.
And that'll be a timeout for the Tours. They desperately need it. They trail by 15 here early. And the difference in the game so far, Ponchatoula's ability to move the ball around, and Hammond trying to dribble through everything and is turning the basketball over.
Absolutely. A big difference in the game. So far, Myers has done a pretty good job battling on the inside against Graves. What Graves has gotten was that putback early and then the putback there. So Myers, you have to give him an A so far the first 4.5 minutes of this game. The rest of the Tornadoes, especially on the offensive end, need to get things figured out.
Got to move without the basketball, too, and pound those boards. Hammond needs some easy baskets and some turnovers if they're going to get back in this basketball game. Not to say that it's over early, but it's not looking good so far for the Tours.
Absolutely.
Jaden Lewis into the game, number 2 for Ponchatoula.
And you can kind of throw my prediction out the window. I said Hammond was going to try to keep this maybe in the 50s with 18 on the board already for Ponchatoula, and still almost half of this first quarter to go. We're going to be hard-pressed to hold them to that.
In for Hammond was Joshua Miller. They almost throw it away. Hammond having a hard time beating that press up the floor. Well, nice move as he drives right around Graves.
And that's the play. You said it before we came on during the JV game. You don't dribble to beat a press. You pass. Hammond did a nice job of it on that one.
You dribble to get to the basket, but after that, you got to move the ball and make the big man run the court. Jackson goes to the line to shoot 2 as he's fouled. Got to be impressed the way Ponchatoula's attacking the basket. So much of today's game, everybody thinks it's about three-pointers, but on defense, you want to make them make a three-pointer before you run out to the line and let them drive to the basket. You're giving up too many easy shots. Let's make them earn them.
Absolutely. And then when you do that, you leave the offensive glass vulnerable for guys like Graves and Jackson, Collier, those guys crashing the boards. Overall, Hammond has a size advantage here. So you would think that with Myers and Staten, hopefully that they would be able to use that. So far, haven't really been able to.
Carson in the game for Hammond. Kick ball. They'll retain the possession. And once again, Hammond just looks shaky trying to run their offense. Ponchatoula putting a lot of pressure on them.
They're doing is they're doubling as soon as the ball gets across half court. Hammond has not adjusted.
Graves now the rebound. Miller got a nice shot there and just wouldn't roll for him.
And you have to think eventually those are going to fall, but just one shot right now. Good pass.
Beautiful pass inside to Collier. Lays it off the glass. 21-5 Ponchatoula. And getting a lot of easy shots. Haven't seen Hammond get any of those easy shots yet.
Lewis taking over at point guard for Jordan Thomas, who graduated last year and did a nice job engineering this green wave attack. And right there, get to the basket, but going to be hard-pressed to go up against that 6'9" Graves.
And Ponchatoula gets it out quick, but right there, Jackson tried to go up too high instead of just laying it off the glass. Once again, you see Hammond dribble, dribble, dribble.
You know, basketball is a simple game, but sometimes we overcomplicate it. Make the easy play, make the simple play. Both teams having trouble with that here in the early going. Now this working margin gives Coach Taylor a chance to rest Graves a little bit and have him fresh for the stretch run.
Taj Jackson in the game for Ponchatoula, number 23. It will be Collier to inbound. Also Cedric Brazil, number 10, who came in for Graves. Drops the three.
Ponchatoula shoots, that was Jaden Lewis. Ponchatoula shoots the ball well from outside. You mentioned Graves at 42, Lewis at 45. Collier shoots the ball well, so they can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Another bad pass by the Tours. And this is number 5, Collier with the dunk. And it is 26-5. Miller goes baseline, nowhere to go. Is going to turn the ball over. And once again, dribbling into traffic with nowhere to go.
Nice aggressive take there, draws the foul. But you said it, that's the difference. Ponchatoula being aggressive, moving the ball, moving without the ball. Hammond a lot of dribbling down on the offensive end of the floor for the Tornadoes right now.
And Ponchatoula also getting the ball up to the court quickly and getting numbers in their favor, and he was able to take it to the basket and draw the foul.
And you've got to knock down the free throws when you get them.
Free throws are a crucial element that most people don't practice like they used to, but it's amazing how many times it comes into play in tight ball games.
Justin Harlan, number 10, checking in for Hammond.
Nice rebound by Ponchatoula. They'll bring it out. See how they move the ball, pass it around. That's what's been making Hammond work really hard on defense. Now they'll penetrate. Might have got away with a little travel there.
Like Hammond kind of switched to maybe a little bit of a matchup zone there as well. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go.
Staten, and it'll be an and one.
And it took Staten almost the entire first quarter really to make his presence felt. Nice drive there and a nice job of controlling his body, not picking up the charge there.
Lewis tried to take the charge, but he was moving, gets called for the foul. Staten will go to the line to shoot one.
We're going to say that both ways all night. I figure.
Misses the free throw. Ponchatoula with the rebound. Brazil. Collier to bring it up the floor. There's the pick. Nice steal. Armstrong goes to the rack.
Nice fake.
Tough shot there. Didn't use his left hand like he should have, but he was able to make it anyway and gives Hammond another basket. It's 27-9. This should be the last possession of this quarter. And they throw it away. Here comes Miller. Lay it off the glass. Nice.
Ponchatoula getting sloppy here at the end of this first quarter. And that's the thing, it's down to a 16-point game here. If Myers altered that shot, Hammond's got a chance here.
Take your time. He travels.
Yep. Well, I was going to say is if they can get it down to 13-14 here, a lot of time left in this basketball game.
Well, with 3 seconds there, they could have got a decent shot to cut the lead even further.
Oh, that looked good from here.
And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Ponchatoula 27, Hammond 11.
Hey Hammond, let us store your stuff. Creekside Self-Storage is conveniently located on North Morrison Boulevard. We will beat any competitor's price. Climate-controlled storage units and gated parking rentals available. Call us today at 985-202-7214 and ask about our specials. Creekside Self-Storage.
For the coldest beer in town, you gotta go to the oldest bar in town, Benny's Place, home of the world-famous Misfits, in downtown Hammond.
Family owned and operated, Super King has been serving the Hammond area since 1992. They sell fresh and boiled seafood as well as hot plate lunches. You can find their full menu on Z Menu, and deliveries are available through Waiter. But if you don't want a full meal, they can handle all of your snack needs too. That's Super King, 411 West Thomas Street in Hammond.
Big Frog Custom T-Shirt and More specializes in direct-to-garment printing on custom T-shirts and apparel. Big Frog offers custom apparel at affordable prices with no minimums, no setup fees, free graphic design, and quick turnarounds. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More, Southwest Railroad in Hammond.
Back for the second quarter here of tonight's Alfab 17's local prep basketball game of the week. Brought to you by Benny's Place, Big Frog Custom Tees, Creekside Self-Service, and Super King Seafood in Hammond. Ponchatoula jumped out early. Hammond able to cut the lead to 16 late in the first quarter, showing a little momentum. Now Staten trying to go inside, and that should be goaltending.
And that's what Staten's got to do. It looks like he can take who is that? Taj Jackson that's guarding him right now. He's definitely got the advantage in that matchup. And he was fouled.
So another and one opportunity for Staten. Has 4 points in the game so far, trying to get it to 5. Once again, misses the free throw. Brazil down with the rebound. Ponchatoula comes up court.
He hits those 2 free throws. It's down to a 12-point game right now.
Off of Hammond, Ponchatoula will retain possession on the baseline. Ponchatoula swings around the perimeter. They do a good job moving the basketball. This is a wide open 3, not close. Hammond with the rebound. Jackson pushes it up, tries to go 1-on-2. Shot blocked by Lewis, and an ill-advised shot by Jackson.
I get one to push the ball up the floor, but you've got to be smart about it. He didn't have the numbers there. Should have pulled it out, led to an easy 2 the other way for the Green Wave.
He's got to draw both defenders and let his other man fill the lane. It would have had a wide open layup. Tries to go to the basket this time on his own again, and it's blocked. Nice defense.
Nice play. Good take. A lot of contact there. Refs letting them play. And here's Ponchatoula with a 3-on-0.
Not sure if that was on purpose or not, but it was a nice off-the-glass pass. Carson extends the lead to 18 again. And as you can see, with the officials not calling it, you got to take it to the. You got to get an open shot. Quit trying to force it in 1-on-2. And Hammond is doing that over and over.
And you see what Ponchatoula's kind of doing too. There are 4 guys inside the 3-point line, so they're going to say, "Hey, if you're going to hit those, so be it." But you're not going to get easy shots in close to the basket on them.
Well, they're going to make Hammond show that they can hit the 3-pointer consistently.
Right.
3-pointer is a great shot, but you got to shoot 35-40% to make it worth your while.
Now, a little over 6 minutes left to play in this first half. Graves comes back in. You didn't lose anything on that margin while he was gone, and you got him with the timeout in between quarters. You probably got him about 6-7 minutes of rest there. So good move by Coach Taylor.
And Hammond High Friday night will travel to Fontainebleau. There's Graves up and over the top of 7, and he's not got a nice smooth game. He turned, squared up, and faced it and dropped it.
And that's what he does. He's got 6 in the game now, but that's what he does. He still has a lot of those guard-like skills that from playing more on the wing last year. Just hit that growth spurt. I remember walking past him on campus last year saying, "Alan, you're not supposed to be taller than me," as a sophomore, and he's shot up even more since then.
Carson took it in the lane right at Graves, and Graves backed off, and he made the shot. This is Graves for 3, misses. Hammond with the rebound. This is Miller pushing it up court. Once again, trying to take it on their own. It's hero ball for Hammond right now.
And down by 18, you can't afford to do that. And that's going to stay with Ponchatoula.
Ponchatoula will have it on the baseline. Parham to inbound. Had Graves, but he didn't throw him the basketball.
Well, Myers has done a nice job altering some shots, making his presence felt there in the early going here. Good take there by Jackson.
Jackson put it up right in the face of the big center and was able to knock it down. Myers had hands up, but he had a nice arching shot and makes it 35-15.
Yeah, not a terrible amount of movement for Hammond on the offensive end, but a good shot there by Miller.
I don't think he called the bank, but it still counts. Inside to Graves, faces up, looks for the cutter, and there it is. Tried to reverse bank it, should have just laid it up. If he would have hit it on this side, he probably would have drew the foul. Miller takes it to Graves, trying to draw the contact, but they're not getting that call.
Smart move, but if the refs aren't going to call it, then you've got to attack and then let those guys fill the lanes and get some open shots. Like you said, Staten with a nice drive.
That'll be a timeout, Ponchatoula. I don't think Coach Traylor's happy with the defense the last few times down the court. Hammond getting inside, getting an easy shot. So, still a 16-point game. You see spurts where Hammond can get inside and gets good shots, and then they go right back to the forcing the ball and all that. So they've got to really focus on being disciplined and trying to get these open shots.
And if you're Hammond right now, if you could say, hey, if we can get this down to 10 here in the last 3:55 of this first half, you've got to feel pretty good about yourself. Because like you said, there have been some spurts where Hammond has been able to do some really nice things, just haven't seen it consistently enough so far.
Well, you know, they've got to cut out the turnovers. The turnovers have led to some easy baskets for Ponchatoula, hence the 16-point lead. So the Tornadoes got to take care of the basketball and do a better job of moving the ball to get open shots.
And Coach Taylor's doing a nice job of switching up his defenses. The last couple of times down, you haven't seen that double team come when the ball gets across half court. So Hammond kind of playing a little bit of a guessing game with what Ponchatoula is trying to do defensively right now, and it's worked out well for the Green Wave thus far.
Collier into Lewis. He'll dribble slowly up court. Nice pass inside, and Graves missed it. Pretty good job there of just getting in his way. You didn't change it, but
bit of a mismatch there with Miller ending up on Graves that time. Most of the time, Ponchatoula's going to win that one, but Miller's had a nice ball game for him.
Nice crossover. He gets to the baseline, but once again trying to take it inside and just nothing happening. Lefty made a good move. Here's the run out. Smart by Ponchatoula, but then he threw it away.
That's been the difference. Ponchatoula pulling it out, making the smart play. Nice up and under move by Parham there.
You know, Parham's a very patient player. We've seen him pass up 2 or 3 wide open threes there, but that time went to up and under move and scored. 37-19 your score.
A lot of dribbling on this end for Hammond.
Once again, Miller with a bank shot, not called, but he draws a foul, got a chance to cut the lead again.
And Miller's really kind of kept this team in this game right now. I believe, 7 points for Miller thus far, trying to make it 8 here. And not a good play by Collier there on the defensive end.
Yeah, it was not a good shot for Miller.
And Miller turns right around and gives it back on the other end.
Well, that was Collier who got the foul on Lewis. Number 5. Parham wide open in the corner. Nice pass to the free throw line.
They're paying so much attention to Graves on the inside that it's leaving guys wide open, and Graves playing volleyball with it.
But couldn't get it to go down. Here comes Hammond. Slow down, be under control. Once again, Miller with a wide open 3. This one not even close.
Good pass.
Staten off the other side of the glass, took Graves out of the play, cuts the lead to 12.
Staten did a nice job coming from that weak side. I believe that was that Miller or Peter, that found him.
Well, what you got to do is when that man's driving, somebody's got to cut to the basket and give him an outlet to throw when he gets tangled up in there. And that time he did a good job of stating it. He laid it off the glass and scored.
Graves hits the floor hard. Little bit of contact there, but they've let more than that go on the other end.
Well, once he's up there, Peters got underneath him with the body, and they're going to call that every time. Not going to let him take a man's legs out from under him. We see Graves with a brace on that left wrist. Not sure if he's got a little injury or something.
Ponchatoula struggling at the free throw line as well. This is still only a 12-point game here, less than 2 minutes left in the first half.
And the thing Hammond has to remember, you can't get it all back in one trip down the court. Just got to chip away at it. Once again, missed the free throw. There's the rebound by Myers.
You can get a good shot here, get it down to 10, play defense, and you're working your way back in. Like you said, one possession at a time.
Once again, Hammond with a lot of dribbling instead of just moving the basketball by the pass.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Once again, a wild shot by Miller. He's banked a couple in by accident, but not a good shot when you're trying to cut this lead.
Eventually, that's going to work against you. Here comes the double team.
Good rotation by Staten. Parham takes it under control. Behind the back, Staten has it. Has a man in the corner, gets it to him. This is Miller. Once again, in and out, but a much better
shot. Yeah,
had his feet set, took the three.
Filled the lane on the transition, just didn't hit the shot.
Under a minute to go. Nice pass by Lewis, gets it to the free throw line. Not a good looking shot there, it didn't go in. Graves through the contact, banks it off the glass.
And that's what he's going to do for you, averaging 20 and 10. That's just a typical Allen Graves basket right there. Ponchatoula again sucking that defense in under the three-point line, forcing another turnover. They'll give them those threes all night until they show them that they can make them.
Ponchatoula, 20 seconds, will play for the last shot of the half. Lewis has it out front, one-on-one against Armstrong. Now swings it to the outside to Tobias. In the corner to Parham. Back out front to Lewis. 5 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Lewis. Parham, three contested. Makes it. And that's a dagger for the Tours trying to cut this lead to half. But for Chris Colvin, I'm the big dog, Darrell Smith. This is our halftime score. Ponchatoula 42, Hammond High 25.
For the coldest beer in town, you gotta go to the oldest bar in town, Benny's Place, home of the world-famous Misfits, in downtown Hammond.
Family owned and operated, Super King has been serving the Hammond area since 1992. They sell fresh and boiled seafood as well as hot plate lunches. You can find their full menu on Z-Menu, and deliveries are available through Waiter. But if you don't want a full meal, they can handle all of your snack needs too. That's Super King, 411 West Thomas Street in Hammond.
Big Frog Custom T-Shirt and More specializes in direct-to-garment printing on custom T-shirts and apparel. Big Frog offers custom apparel at affordable prices with no minimums, no setup fees, free graphic design, and quick turnarounds. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More, Southwest Railroad in Hammond.
Hey Hammond, let us store your stuff. Creekside Self-Storage is conveniently located on North Morrison Boulevard. We will beat any competitor's price. Climate-controlled storage units and gated parking rentals available. Call us today at 985-202-7214 and ask about our specials. Creekside Self-Storage.
So here at halftime, I'm bringing in one of the volunteer coaches for Hammond High, George Sanders, a former Tornado district champion, 1980, former teammate here. And, you know, we look at all the banners up here. Yeah. Nothing for us. You know, we're getting slighted now. Yeah. One problem we have, George, Kim Mulkey was winning 4 state championships while we were here, so we were a little bit overshadowed.
I think that was one of the deals. She was such an amazing player. I could bow down to that, though. So I won't make a big deal about it, Daryl, if you don't.
I won't make a big deal. But, you know, talking old school, we're going to talk it this way. Watching the first half here, I was making comments how Hammond keeps trying to drive and do everything. They're playing hero ball, one man against the whole team, and Ponchatoula really doing a good job of moving the basketball around, hence the 17-point lead. Tell me what your thoughts are.
Well, that's one of the reasons that they're the third best team in the state, because they run their offense, they play together, and that's something that we're really trying to do. They have a really good defense, and I got our team kind of scrambled at this point, but we cut the deficit a little bit, and so I think the second half is going to be something to enjoy.
Got to really move the basketball around and try to get some open shots there. They did a good job late in the second quarter of cutting this lead down. Like you said, got themselves back in the game. But as we talk about this, let's go back a few years.
Right. Love to.
Talk to our head coach, Coach Joe Levine, a couple of weeks ago. You know, he was here with us, did a good job with us, moved on to the girls, won a state title. And he told me to tell you, hey, y'all were still my favorite team that I ever coached. Even when he won a state title with the girls, we were the ones that put him in the hospital.
Right, we did. And I'm so glad to hear from him because he's my favorite coach. One of them, himself and Bruce Gilmore, and let's go way back to Coach Seals also. So we're part of the old school and love the game. And you and I, we've been playing since fifth, 6th grade, and loved it. And I'm glad to be back here after going to school in Minnesota, running track and playing ball at Mankato State, and just a good atmosphere to be here, and glad to be here.
Well, you know, and somebody of your caliber who comes in brings something to the table that maybe some of the other coaches, you know, Bernard's over there with y'all. Yeah. Bernard's an old soul, but he's not as old as we are.
Right.
The game was different back then. It's a different game today, but you can still bring that intensity and that work ethic and the mind games that you have to play with your opponents, something we were very good at, and Hammond High has to work on that tonight.
Well, Coach O has been doing a great job with him, with the kids, and we've come a long way, and we still yet have a long way to go. But for what he's doing and the time he put in, he's a very dedicated coach. I love being with him and working with the kids, and I think we're going to do much better.
Well, I look forward to seeing what he comes through with halftime, what he brings them out there, and see if he can work some of these kinks out. Let's get a good ball game. I didn't come here for a blowout. I want to see a good ball game, and naturally, we're in the area of both Ponchatoula and Hammond, so we're trying to be neutral. But I am purple. I am Hammond High.
Purple to the core.
To the core. So.
And I won't say any bad thing about Ponchatoula. I love it, and they're a good competitor. Great team spirit. So I'm pleased and enjoy what's happening. We're down, but we're not out just yet.
Well, George, thank you for coming in for the interview tonight. This is the big dog. This is George Sanders, class of 1980, district champ, state quarterfinals. That's right,
Don't you
folks.
forget it.
Family owned and operated, Super King has been serving the Hammond area since 1992. They sell fresh and boiled seafood as well as hot plate lunches. You can find their full menu on Z Menu, and deliveries are available through Waiter. But if you don't want a full meal, they can handle all of your snack needs too. That's Super King, 411 West Thomas Street in Hammond.
Big Frog Custom T-Shirt and More specializes in direct-to-garment printing on custom T-shirts and apparel. Big Frog offers custom apparel at affordable prices with no minimums, no setup fees, free graphic design, and quick turnarounds. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More, Southwest Railroad in Hammond.
Hey Hammond, let us store your stuff. Creekside Self-Storage is conveniently located on North Morrison Boulevard. We will beat any competitor's price. Climate-controlled storage units and gated parking rentals available. Call us today at 985-202-7214 and ask about our specials. Creekside Self-Storage.
For the coldest beer in town, you gotta go to the oldest bar in town, Benny's Place, home of the world-famous Misfits, in downtown Hammond.
All right, we're back after halftime, Chris. You see Hammond High late coming out of the locker room. I'm sure Coach O had a lot to talk about there at halftime, trying to get them back in this game. And it is a 17-point lead, which seems like a lot, but that could change quickly with the three-pointer.
Like we said, we've seen some spurts. Hammond's been able to do some nice things offensively. You said it can change quickly with the three-pointer, but I think the key for Hammond is going to be getting the ball inside, hitting some guys, cutting to the basket, trying to get back into it that way because the three-point shot hasn't been falling for him.
And Coach Taylor, I'm sure he told his team, look, we're up, but we are not. This game is far from over. Let's go back to what we were doing early in the first quarter. I look for seeing Ponchatoula go back with that pressure to start this second half.
Yeah, and on the offensive side, they were sloppy with some turnovers late in that first quarter. Come out here with another one. So Coach Taylor, you can see it on his face looking across here, not happy with that. That's not what he wants to see coming out of halftime.
Well, you know, I was impressed by Ponchatoula. You think of your big man inside, your leading scorer, and they never forced the ball to him. Mm-hmm. Here on the first play of the second half, they try to force it into him.
And they've got a lot of guys. They've got three guys averaging in double figures, so they can hurt you in a lot of ways. You know, if Graves, if it isn't there, another tough shot for Hammond. So if Graves doesn't have it going or they're focusing on him, which a lot of teams will do, they've got other guys that can hurt you, and that's been the case so far. Graves with, I think, 8 points thus far in the ball game.
Tobias forced a jump shot for Hammond. It wasn't even close. There's a wide open shot for Lewis. This one off the back iron, but Ponchatoula inside is going to keep control of the ball. Nice job there by Collier of getting position on the offside for the rebound.
And that's a 5'10" senior guard getting in and hitting the offensive glass. Nice
good
cut
pass
there.
inside to Lewis off the glass and in. 7 minutes to go here. It's 44-25.
And that's just been the thing. Hammond just hasn't been. They've got it down to 14 a couple times, got it down to 12. Just can't get it any closer than that. And then next thing you know, you look, it's up to 19 again.
Jackson with a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. They're trying to get it inside to Staten. Surprised he got away with that. He had the ball inside the front court, ran to the back court, but the official not calling it. Hammond gets a break there. Myers comes out front to set the pick. Now Hammond's just dribbling around.
Again, not a lot of movement.
Inside, nice fake to the outside. They knock it out of Myers' hands.
Here's a 2-1-0.
That's a great job there. A great job by Graves to have his head up and see his teammate up front gets him for the easy layup after the turnover.
Of course, Graves last year with there's another turnover close to. Of course, Graves last year with Asher Boney in the middle didn't have to take as much as Sad with a nice there. Didn't have to play down on the block as much, and those skills still translating very well for him.
And not a good job there that time by Lewis as he tried to force it up the court when there really wasn't anything there. A turnover for Ponchatoula.
Tell you, we haven't kept up with turnovers, but I would imagine both teams in double figures as far as that goes, not taking care of the basketball.
Absolutely. Carbo on the outside now. He's going to spin toward the baseline. Got a little bit of a weight advantage. See if he's going to try to force it inside.
Nice D by Parham there. Tough shot.
I think that should stay with Hammond as Lewis got a piece of it. But that was a deep three way, way out there. Armstrong looking inside. Cut to the baseline, had the jumper, passed up on it.
Waiting for a screen that didn't really come.
Staten lost it. Gets over to Armstrong. Hammond will reset the offense. Luckily, banks that one in because that was not a good shot. It was way out of the range, but he got it to go.
That's one of those, no, yes.
We've seen 3 of those go in tonight off the glass.
Yep. Staten in double figures with 11 now.
Graves on the inside, nice pass up high, but he brought the ball down low, and Carbo took it away for the Tours. 16-point lead for the Green Wave.
Nice play by Carbo there. Graves, as soon as he gets the ball, 4 Tornado defenders collapsing on him. Tough shot, but Tobias knocks it down.
Lead is cut to 14.
And I think if you're Ponchatoula right now, you'll kind of live with that. As here's a steal.
Give it up. There it is. Did not get the call. Took it inside. A lot of contact there. Staten back out front.
They've been consistent with that. They've let a lot of contact go on both ends.
They have up high. When you go up to contest the shot, they're not calling much. Nice job of Staten getting it down low. He's going to turn inside. Got a definite weight advantage. Got away with a little push off there. Turns off the glass, misses. Myers with the putback.
Nice job by Myers on that weak side. Not a wide body, but he used what he had there. Blacked out and got the and one. Has a chance to hit the three-point play, or got the putback. Has a chance for the three-point play.
Lead down to 12. Myers could cut it to 11 with the free throw. 3:51 here in the third quarter. The Alfab 17 game of the week. He makes it. Tonight's game brought to you by Benny's Place, Big Frog Custom Tees, Creekside Self-Storage, and Super King Seafood.
Jaden Lewis checking in for Parham now. Parham's had a nice game. Hit the big shot at the end of the first half. A couple of nice plays on defense. He's had a good ball game.
Leads down to 11. Just think how big that three-pointer is at the first half.
Offensive foul, so now Hammond can get it back into single digits. It hasn't been there in a long time, since early in the first quarter.
Green Wave got called for a moving screen. Lewis hit the three, so it does not count.
Tobias thought about it.
Now that's a good move, going to the hole hard.
He didn't hit the shot, but that's the move. And they're going to get Carbo on the foul, reaching in.
Carbo didn't like the call, but he got him on the arms there. And that's one thing I've noticed about Graves. When he gets that rebound, he will bring the ball down to their level. He's got to keep it up high. Lost art for him. The West Unsell over the head, two-hand outlet pass.
Absolutely. One thing you can say about this Ponchatoula team is they've played just about everybody in the state that you want to. So they will have opportunities, as Graves with a nice drive there. They'll have opportunities to play against some great competition, and Hammond doing a nice job staying in this one here tonight. But Ponchatoula will play just about anybody that wants to play.
Nice pass inside, tried to reverse. Carbo, Graves tried the outlet, hit the backboard. Myers inside, and he's going to get Graves on the foul.
Nice hustle there by Armstrong and Myers. That's going to be number 2 on Graves.
And one thing you can say about Coach O, he does have the Tours playing hard.
Of course, he played at Southeastern for Coach Jim Yarbrough a few years back. Smart player, does things the right way. I was doing radio for Southeastern at the time, so I had the best seat in the house to watch him play during his career with the Lions. And both of these coaches and staffs do things the right way, and that's what's important at this level, in addition to winning games, which both teams doing an outstanding job this season.
Myers makes the second to cut the lead back to 12. And they could see that double team coming a mile away. Armstrong and Graves got away with the travel. Might have hurt his ankle.
Looked like he twisted an ankle there a little bit. And Hammond hanging around. And there's still a lot of time, 10.5 minutes left to play in this basketball game.
And Hammond just has to control their turnovers and their emotions. They're getting a little bit overwhelmed, going to go inside, not getting the calls. They got to stay cool and calm, and they fought their way back in this basketball game.
Like we said, got it down to 11 a few moments ago. You'd love to, if you're a Hammond fan, you'd love to see him get it into single digits. Basically a whole new ball game at that point here, 2:39 to play in the third quarter.
And I'm sure if Coach O had him over in front of him, he'd just tell him, let's just get a good shot.
Yeah.
That's the key. Get good shots.
Ponchatoula coming back in a press here, full court. So they're not going to make it easy on them, and now they fall off just a touch.
Dayton turns to the inside, tries to fade away, and it's going to roll out. Graves with the rebound, outlet pass to Lewis. Easy basket. Once again, Tornadoes not getting back on defense.
You know, and that's okay if you're sending 5 guys to the board, but when you don't get the offensive board and you're giving up easy baskets, there's another one.
Another block got Graves and a great outlet, and this time it was Collier. And once again, the lead back up to 16. Breakdowns on defense for the Tours. This is Harlan. Gets it over to Miller.
May have gotten away with a walk there, no call.
Runs into his own player. Once again, Lewis. And just that quickly, it's a 18-point lead. Ponchatoula has extended it back out. 2 or 3 breakdowns on defense, and you just can't afford those when you're trying to fight back in the game. Ponchatoula showing a lot of poise and getting some easy baskets here in the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely, and you know, and both of these teams have playoff aspirations, and you've got to take care of things on the defensive end of the floor. Hammond with a couple of breakdowns, and that's just been kind of the theme of the night. Hammond gets close, they get right there, and then Ponchatoula pulls away. It goes from a 12-point game just a couple of moments ago to up to an 18-point game right now.
Well, just when I talked about Graves getting the ball and bringing it too low and getting tied up, the next 3 times he keeps it up high, gets it out quickly, and they get 3 easy baskets.
I don't know if he's listening or what, but nice job of making that adjustment by Graves. And if you're Coach O right now, again, you're saying, hey, we've got things that we can build on. We've got positive things that we've done. We've just got to continue to do those. And they've got to shore up that transition defense. Cannot give up any more easy baskets and easy dunks like we just saw.
Well, you know, one thing is, as a commentator, you're stating the obvious, the things that you see. They all know what they need to do. He knows not to bring the ball down, but he was doing it.
Right.
And good job by him by refocusing. He got his 3 quick assists, 3 easy baskets for Ponchatoula. And that's the kind of thing that these big-time teams that have aspirations of going far in the playoffs know how to do.
Yep.
Once again, Ponchatoula putting on the press. Going to try to. Ooh, a little carry there, but Miller's going to pass it inside to Myers. Myers a little bit out of control, but stays fighting. Graves gets away with a bump, but Myers puts it in.
Nice job by Myers of absorbing that contact. He knew Graves was there. He knew he was going to get hit. Put it in anyway. Bad pass there.
Terribly out of control was Lewis. Once again, Armstrong tries to go to the basket, and Graves knocks it back out. Harlan with the 3. No good. Jackson out.
And nobody hitting the glass either, and Graves with an easy one at the other end.
Yeah, Harlan got caught inside on him, and that's a total mismatch size-wise inside.
And right back up to an 18-point lead here. And a steal.
Staten Hustle got it back. Now he'll be fouled. And that's one of the things, no matter whether you played in the 60s, the 80s, the 2000s, or now, do not pick up your dribble unless you're ready to get rid of the basketball. Hammond has done that a couple times, picking up their dribble, and then they're caught because they have nowhere to throw it.
You know, a lot of these guys, you know, you talk about only wanting to shoot the 3 and these highlight plays, and I think we've created a lot of that because you turn on SportsCenter and that's what you see. The fundamentals lacking oftentimes, and very evident at this level. Nice pass inside. Oh! Slight shuffle of the feet there. Thought he might have called the contact, but another turnover for Hammond.
kind of caught Myers in between cutting, and he wasn't able to, didn't know whether to dribble it or go up with it. Went to go up. He was a little far away from the basket, traveled. Hammond with a steal. This is Miller, and gets the blocking call.
Again, 12 seconds left in the quarter. Ponchatoula an opportunity to bring it down, get this back up to a 20-point lead, a turnover and a foul, and now Hammond still hanging around.
Coach Sanders out there doing double duty, wiping the floor down.
Gotta hit those free throws. Both teams leaving a lot of points at the line.
Which when you're Ponchatoula, you're this far ahead, you can kind of do it, but Hammond can't afford to miss free throws. Makes one of two. Almost threw it away. Ponchatoula should slow it down here. 10 seconds to go. Play for the last shot. Miller tried to get a steal from behind. Swings it to the corner. Wide open three. Missed it. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. And Ponchatoula 56, Hammond 39. So once again, we'd like to thank our 4 sponsors for tonight's game. That's Benny's Place, Big Frog Custom Tees, Creekside Self-Storage, and Super King Seafood in Hammond. And Chris, we've had some times where it was good basketball. We've had some times where it was sloppy basketball by both teams. But Hammond able to claw their way back in it, only to give up 3 easy baskets, and now the lead 17 going into the fourth quarter.
Hammond played them even that third quarter. Both teams scoring 14 points. Can't afford to do that, though. You've got to make up a lot of ground. And, we haven't really seen Hammond press at all tonight. If you go to it now, you've got Graves, you've got guys that have been able to pass over the top of the defense. So I don't know if the press is necessarily the right way to go here. Maybe some kind of a half-court trap, something like that from Hammond. We'll see what Coach O comes out with here. And if you're Ponchatoula, if you're Coach Taylor, you've just got to take care of the basketball here. This is a game that you should have in the bag, up by 17 going into the fourth quarter. But we've seen them play very sloppily at times as well.
Well, that's what the Los Angeles Chargers thought, too. And look what happened to them. So 8 minutes to go here, 56-39. Hammond with the basketball.
Ponchatoula coming out with pressure.
Tobias in the backcourt, beats the pressure, now has it out front, dribbling around. Here comes Miller. Staten looking for the ball. Miller thought he was coming to set a pick, trying to dribble through the double team. Harlan tried to get inside to Myers.
Nice move there. Everything for Hammond just kind of seems discombobulated right now.
But the difference that time, he drove inside and he was under control.
Nice job by Tobias. And they're going to call a travel there as he was diving on the floor, and Coach Taylor laying into his team right now, not wanting to see that turnover here in the early going.
Tobias took it inside under control, laid it off the glass, and we've seen Hammond too many times go in there a little bit out of control, and they're not calling the fouls at the top. So good job there by Tobias. Cuts the lead to 15. 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're on the campus of Hammond High, where these old-time rivals, Hammond and Ponchatoula, going out there on the hardwood.
Boy, and I tell you, it's a war. Doesn't matter what the sport, what the records are, you throw all of that out when these two get together. And good crowd, and it's been a good one here tonight.
And surprisingly, it's been a subdued crowd.
Yeah.
As many people, you'd think it would be a little louder, a lot of plays to get excited about, but it's been kind of a laid-back crowd here tonight.
Well, and I think Ponchatoula, by jumping out to that big lead, kind of took the Hammond crowd out of it. And this Hammond crowd, I think, is just wanting to erupt, but they get close to it, and then Hammond shoots himself in the foot and doesn't let them erupt.
Well, I'm going to give a shout-out to somebody that was a big fan of ours when we played. His name was Charles Martin. They called him Monk. He could go into any gym, and by the third quarter, he had everybody cheering for us. You'd hear him in the stands stomping, hollering defense, and he would get the crowd fired up, and they need a little of that here now.
A lot of contact again, forces the turnover.
Once again, a little bit out of control on this end. Got a turnover and gave up an easy basket to the Green Wave. Green Wave do a good job of taking advantage of turnovers.
Yeah. As Tobias goes in strong, that's gonna be the move. You got to break that press. Got to get to the basket. But time starting to work against him a little bit.
And Brazil there had great position. He's got to learn to body up, take the contact, and fall back and make a noise, and you can get that call.
2-on-1.
Layup by Miller. Lead down to 13.
And we've seen this before. Hammond get it down to 13, get it down to 11. Nearly a turnover there. Going to have the foul called, but.
And from this angle, it looked like he had the ball on his knee before the contact was there, but Hammond's going to get the foul call. Ponchatoula gets away with one there.
And I will say, neither one of us are wearing striped shirts tonight, but we do have a good angle of that. That was right there in front of us, but I think Ponchatoula dodged one there. Down to 13 as we near 6 minutes. You've got to get it inside of double figures here in the next minute or so.
Seabury with a great pass inside, but they weren't ready for it. Should have had a layup there. Once again, out of control, going to the basket, but a nice tip in there by number 10, Brazil, the young sophomore.
A lot of size on this Ponchatoula front line, and a lot of it young. Brazil there, 6'5" sophomore. And we talked about it at the beginning. Thought Hammond would try to keep this one under 60 points here at 5:30 in the ball game. Ponchatoula at 60 points right now. Again, just not a lot of movement there. Nice job by, was that Lewis, standing his ground and taking the charge.
Well, Miller out of control coming around. He got away with the hook when he turned the corner as he put the arm around him, but then ran into him. They got the call. Once again, playing hard, but a little bit out of control.
And here comes Hammond out for the first time really tonight in a full court press. They've got to create some turnovers. Nearly got one there. Now they got to get back on defense. There it is.
Lewis out of control coming down with it. Nice pass inside and draws the foul.
So we talked about maybe coming out in a press. Coach O waited a few minutes, and here comes Ponchatoula back with the cavalry coming back in here with 5 minutes to go.
Well, you see Coach Taylor talking to Lewis out there. As he got the ball, he was trying so quickly to get up court, he let the ball get out front of him too much. Easy to do, done it many times.
Big Frog Custom T-Shirt and More specializes in direct-to-garment printing on custom T-shirts and apparel. Big Frog offers custom apparel at affordable prices with no minimums, no setup fees, free graphic design, and quick turnarounds. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More, Southwest Railroad in Hammond.
Hey Hammond, let us store your stuff. Creekside Self-Storage is conveniently located on North Morrison Boulevard. We will beat any competitor's price. Climate-controlled storage units and gated parking rentals available. Call us today at 985-202-7214 and ask about our specials. Creekside Self-Storage.
For the coldest beer in town, you gotta go to the oldest bar in town, Benny's Place, home of the world-famous Misfits, in downtown Hammond.
Family owned and operated, Super King has been serving the Hammond area since 1992. They sell fresh and boiled seafood as well as hot plate lunches. You can find their full menu on Z Menu, and deliveries are available through Waiter. But if you don't want a full meal, they can handle all of your snack needs too. That's Super King, 411 West Thomas Street in Hammond.
Ponchatoula comes back with the starting five.
And that just goes to show you the strength of this team. They don't lose anything with that second unit in there. In fact, actually, played them about even right now with the lead still at 15.
Well, what you got to like, you saw Lewis make the turnover, and first thing Taylor did is put his arm around him, whisper in his ear, and tell him what he did wrong, and you just got to fix it.
Yep.
Didn't scream and yell at him. It's a learning moment. But these guys getting a lot of good time, valuable time in these tight ball games, and you never know when somebody gets hurt, you might need them in the playoff run.
Absolutely. Somebody gets hurt, somebody gets into foul trouble, fouls out of a game. With that next man up, got to hit these free throws though.
That's the lead to 14, 5 minutes to go.
And if you're Ponchatoula, I don't know why you're in such a hurry right now. If they're not going to press you bringing the ball up, you burn some clock here. Good pass to Graves. He just lays it in easily.
Nice pass by Parham inside to Jackson, who turned and got Graves cutting along the baseline, laid it off the glass. Easy score for Ponchatoula.
I'd like to see a little more urgency out of Hammond right now, though. They've got a lot of ground to make up. And not a lot of time to do it.
Got squared up, had the shot. Oh, great pass inside. Once again to Jackson. Blocked by Myers. Good job. Myers got Graves.
And Myers will do that, averaging close to 3 blocks a game. And they tie him up. And let's see which way the arrow is pointing.
Possession error to Hammond, I believe. Now they had switched it already. It is Ponchatoula's ball. Collier to bring it in.
So 4:08 left to play. Hammond needs to make something happen in a hurry. Banks open late tonight, huh?
I'm going to tell you what, I've been impressed by number 4 for Ponchatoula, Jackson. Every time they give him the ball in a spot, he knows exactly where to go to find the open man. This time found in the corner for the 3, banked it off the glass.
Nice drive by Armstrong.
This time Armstrong under control, got it inside off the glass.
And again, if I'm Ponchatoula, I don't know why I'm in such a hurry at this point.
Harlan took a bad shot. Parham gets it back out. Now he's going to push it forward. Lob to Graves. Got to know where he's at all times.
Yep.
This time he stuck along the baseline, got the alley-oop for the score. And Ponchatoula leads it by 19 with 3:24 to go.
We talked about the crowd. Crowd kind of got up a little bit for that one. Graves is a special player. 6'9", only a junior. Still have one more year to see that young man develop. But again, I go back to, if I'm Ponchatoula, I'm up by 19 right now with 3:24 left to play. I'm taking my time getting the ball up the court. I'm running my sets almost like an offensive line, leaning on them at the end of a game here. I'm working the ball down low. I'm letting Graves pound on them a little bit.
You know, and teams do what they need to do. I can remember our senior year, we played John Curtis, and there was 7 shots taken in the first half.
Yeah.
The score was 14-all.
Yep.
If they weren't wide open, of course, we came out, pressed second half, got a lead, and it was over after that. But teams will do whatever it takes to win. And like I said, Ponchatoula right now, just slow it down. They're in no hurry. This game's in the bag right now if they don't make a bunch of turnovers.
One of the best lines on that was Jim Valvano back when they played Phi Slamma Jamma in the championship game. He said, if we win the tip on Monday, we won't shoot until Tuesday. But yeah, if I'm Ponchatoula, I'm slowing it down. Hammond, we've seen the press work for him, but they've got a tough mountain to climb here with 3:24 to play, down by 19. Waiting on something here, not quite sure.
They're wiping the floor down under the basket. Now they're ready. Here we go. Hammond will bring it in. 3:24 to go. Tobias in the backcourt. Got the switch straight, goes immediately inside. Tried to pass it over to Myers, wasn't ready for it.
And nobody going to help him out. He picks up his dribble.
Staten inside, blocked by Brazil.
Tornadoes pick up that dribble. Nobody moving to the basketball. A lot of standing around right now for Hammond.
Well, you know, and that's today's game. You stand at that three-point line waiting for someone to throw you the ball instead of moving toward them. Kick ball off Ponstula. Hammond will retain it in the corner, trying to get it inside to Myers.
Nice take by Myers.
Myers took it inside a little bit off balance, but he got it to go off the glass. Ponstula with a 4-on-1. And right there, 4-on-1, and you try to take it yourself. Got to move the basketball.
I don't teach math, but 4-on-1 means there's at least 3 guys open somewhere. And look, and give Hammond credit here. This is going to be a tough mountain to climb here. They've played hard this entire game. A lot of positives to build on here as you open district play.
Well, we talked about it earlier. Coach O has them playing hard, and that's something you can't teach. You have to instill it into them. So they can only get better by this. Swings it over, got a man inside, passes it up. Now he'll get inside to Brazil.
There's Myers altering that shot, but Ponchatoula sending guys to the glass.
Well, you know, Myers did a good job inside, but your backside guard just let Lewis run right by him and get the easy lay-in. You got to be aware where your man's at. You got to block out, and they didn't do it.
And Ponchatoula not leaving anything to chance, staying in that press with 2 minutes left here, up by 17.
Carson in the game for Hammond. Backside there was Staten, and there's where a bounce pass would have been perfect. Tried to throw it through the lane and threw it out of bounds for a turnover. Staten did a good job of doing the back cut on the baseline there and was wide open. He didn't get the ball to him.
You took the words out of my mouth there. Bounce pass, he's got a layup, and Hammond just a little bit out of control most of the night tonight.
Double team by Hammond. Once again, a mistake there by Parham trying to dribble through the double team.
Now you've got it down to 14 with 1:39 left.
Carson hits the three, but he once again took a wide open shot.
And again, Ponchatoula.
And look at Brazil battle. He's not going to come over the points there, but you got to give him a lot of credit.
Nice pass.
Beautiful
nice job
pass
by Hammond running the floor there. And again, you're down to 12 right now. Stranger things have happened.
Not enough times tonight as Hammond looked for their teammate and got an easy basket. But right there they did. Staten with a nice pass. Ponstula ought to put it in the deep freeze here.
Yeah. This surprises me as it's going to become academic with Jackson hitting that three. But
Miller misses the layup. Another three for Ponchatoula, and just like that, this one is over. 40 seconds to go here. 2 back-to-back three-pointers as Hammond had cut it down to 12. Out of control shot by Armstrong. Tipped in by Myers.
Myers with the bump set spike there. And again, that's just kind of been the theme for Hammond tonight. Close, but just not quite enough. Could never get it back under double figures when Ponchatoula went on that big run in the first quarter. And but give this Hammond team credit. Played very hard right through to the final whistle. This one was a lot closer most of the night than what the final score is going to indicate.
You know, back in the Red Auerbach days when the Celtics were good, the old saying was close but no cigar.
That's right.
Because Red was firing it up, and that's what's going to be Hammond's problem tonight. They're going to be close but no cigar.
That's right.
Ponchatoula will dribble it out. The victory. They will win this one 75-59.
And that's the game.
So for Chris Coleman, I'm the big dog, Darrell Smith, thanking you for coming out watching tonight's game. This is our game of the week, Hammond Ponchatoula. Ponchatoula comes out victorious, 75-59. Thanks to Benny's Place, Big Frog Custom Tees, Creekside Self Storage, Soup King Seafood. Hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks in another game. Thank y'all for coming out.